okay, I made the script. Can you say these
Oh, good
suggestive
evening.
things to me?
Welcome to Vampire the Masquerade, Philly by Night, the monster within. I did not hear you, Jordan. uh, I'm your storyteller prince, also known as Dimples and Dice. Thank you all for joining us this evening. We are going to tell another vampire story tonight. As a content warning, you can hit exclamation VCW in the Twitch chat. But if you're not watching on Twitch, you should know that this episode and all of our Vampire the Masquerade episodes may contain body horror, gore, graphic violence, manipulation, and coercion, mature language, mind control, psychological and existential horrors, and sexual themes. Um, yeah, there's other stuff that can happen, but protect yourselves. We have this. Our episodes go up on YouTube. You can skip past, pause, do whatever works best for you to protect your mental. Because we get a little dark here when we're not being chuckle fucks. We do get a little dark here. So let's dive into the darkness. Right, this is the world of darkness. So let's get right into it. We had quite the evening last time we were here. Um, Adonis watched their sister die and was involved in a pretty horrific car accident. Um, Calliope had a somewhat revelatory conversation with their old dance mate, fellow ballet dancer, Anastasia. I may have learned a little bit, but there's more to be learned from the open hand coterie in the future, I'm sure. We have Crux, who is trying to figure it out. It's a great way to put it. And is planning to put money into their gym to kind of make this a place worth being at again. And then we had Dell, who maybe is becoming a plant mummy. And we're going to start this episode from the perspective of Delaney. Delaney, you were trying to rally the troops, your coterie, to meet with one Anya, the Scourge, after being a part of a mission that you were sent on to recover an asset to the Camarilla. Said thing did not happen, but there is information to share about that situation, certainly. And you texted the fellow members of your coterie, and they were a little busy. Except for, less busy. I won't say wasn't busy, but less busy was Crux. So, told them where you were meeting. And where was the place that y'all met? If I remember correctly.
In a park.
Rail Park, yeah.
Rail Park.
Yeah, Rail Park.
Mm-hmm. I knew.
Do you head straight there?
Probably. What time did I say we were going to meet? Was it like 8 o'clock? With the Scourge.
No, it was later than that because
Later
Crux
than
is
that.
barely up. Let's just say midnight for the sake of my failing memory and me not writing this down.
Okay. And then what time is it now?
Let's say 11.
Okay, then yeah, I would start heading over.
I say this to give others a chance to be there because y'all had some early night shenanigans that y'all got into. Adonis being the one getting the earliest start because things happened. So you head there. Are you all going to meet as well?
I mean, I guess.
You guess. You were given the chance to be free after watching the embrace. Which was also your choice. You could have walked away. That option
Yeah,
was
they
there.
want to make sure she's all right. Like, they kind of don't want to leave. And hopefully Carmen wakes up. Like, if they put eyes on each other, that's when they'll go.
Yes, Carmen does wake.
And then they do.
The embrace was successful.
All right. That's enough for both of us in character and out.
Okay. So, you all gather at Rail Park. And it is busier this evening. A little late, but last time you all met here was a little bit later. Or maybe it was around the same time, but it just wasn't quite as many people hanging out here. It's a nice night. It was hot all day, kind of sweltering sort of feel, and then the evening has kind of cooled off a little bit, and there's a bit of a breeze coming through here. People are out and being comfortable, walking their dogs and chilling out, listening to music, playing music on Bluetooth speakers loud as fuck, whether or not you want to hear it. Such is life in Philly. But Anya's there, fully suited, tie, button-up shirt. And she is waiting, just out in the open. She stands out because no one else is going to wear a full-ass suit in the middle of the night where it's pushing 80 degrees. She sees you. She doesn't acknowledge you. She just waits for y'all to approach. Do y'all discuss anything before you walk to her?
I think Crux will, at bare minimum, turn to however we've come together, where like physically wherever we've come together, maybe at the like entrance of the park, waiting for each other, where like we can both see Anya, but make it kind of that visual, clear point that like we're gonna come to you as a whole, because probably arrive in like order, like Dell and then Crux with Cal and etc. And I think Crux at least is just going to ask, so looking to Delaney, would you like me to take the lead, or would you like to, considering you kind of were the main knowledge person in that interaction in the gardens?
I think we can both do it and then fill in where the other maybe has less information.
Well, that's likely to be me, with the exception of these two. And then, like, Crux looks to you two. Not judgmentally, truly in the, like, you two don't know what happened, you weren't there.
I'm still a little fuzzy on the details, but...
Yeah, I'm not interfering. I don't know anything about what happened.
That might be for the better.
Is there any indication on Adonis's form that he was recently in a car accident? A fiery blaze, even?
No, actually. Surprisingly, they were quite quick at getting you all out. Plus, y'all were in a luxury SUV. the airbags did go off. There are rear airbags as well. So you had a bit of a padded experience. Plus, you're a little hardy. Your sister did not have such a experience, but you're all right.
All right, I'll keep my witty quips to myself in that case.
It's all
but
in the eyes.
You look like you've been through something tonight. Anyway, Cal does this kind of nod at Dell and Crux. You two can take the lead then, but I might have some things to add about Fred, whatever role he plays in this.
I actually think that will be extremely helpful. That was one of the reasons why I, was going to talk before things went sideways interpersonally. Cal, do you remember that thing you said about our benefactor?
I think I've said quite a few things about our benefactor recently.
Okay.
I have a few strong feelings about our benefactor, actually.
Yeah. I think if the drugged up hallucination trip has any merit of truth, then I think we have some meaningful things to talk to the Scourge about.
And we should tell the Scourge. And Cal kind of like looks at Anya as they say that.
Yes. And Crux looks to all of you into like, yes. Adonis.
Look, I don't know what to add. And they seem very like spacey anyway. If there's like any hint, they're just not on their game right now. They're very passive and kind of trails off in the space with that.
Right.
Well, we're going to have to give them something. So either you want to come up with a quick lie right now, or we just tell them what we know.
I think we can, a little bit of both to at least, I don't think she's kind of a brick wall. So better to give some truth and see where it goes than. That's usually my method. Granted, I'm not the seasoned one here. My method is like minimum amount of truth that I think is reasonable, and then more truth if it seems more reasonable. So far, it hasn't gotten me killed, but I do think it's snowballed some things. But that's a later problem. It keeps being a later problem.
What do you think, Del?
I think it's going to be trouble either way. So we might as well tell the truth, or at least some semblance of it.
I agree. Where does this... baby question. Where does the Scourge fall on the list on this spectrum of politicking in all of this? I know they're like the hammer. If we're the fist, they're like the spiked hammer. But like, where does that kind of lead to us and away from us, if that makes sense?
They're not to be fucked with.
Okay.
I think this could have a role. What would be the right role is the question.
Intelligence politics, maybe?
I think intelligence politics is what I'm looking for. Yeah. I'll even if you have etiquette, I'll let you roll etiquette in place of politics.
I have etiquette.
Sure.
I got one success. I don't know if I was supposed to be rolling because I asked the question, but I got one success, which feels accurate to where I am.
2 success.
2 successes? Okay.
2 successes as well.
Are you rolling?
No, they can have it.
Okay. For those of you with 2 successes, you know the scourge reports directly to the prince. They handle kindred affairs of the violent kind. That's about the most that you can remember from the things you've learned.
So, like, if the chief of staff just beat everybody up all the time.
Perhaps. You know there's more to it than that, but you just can't quite remember all of the deeds. Crux, they're kind of like they're kind of like the sheriff. That's
That's
you know,
no. That was actually
kind
gonna
of
be
like the
Ben.
sheriff.
That was going to be my immediate second question.
Not the
which
same,
is,
but they seem like they take us to different spaces. But
okay.
they're kind of like the sheriff.
Crux is immediately confused if anyone gives us information, and then proceeds to ask, "So, how is that different from Ben?"
With your roles, y'all know the sheriff particularly handles more of the like investigations, make sure that shit is being run properly.
Yeah.
They get more into the policing weeds,
Yeah.
if you will.
So, if you want to think about it like how the justice system should work, Ben is, police. Anya is judge, jury, executioner.
Oh,
That's a pretty good way of putting it.
okay, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that's fine, I guess, in a society like this. Okay.
Do think it might be in our best interest in that case, since Anya works directly with the prince.
Yeah.
To share what we know. I think you're right,
Okay.
Dell.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no hierarchy that you know of outside of her reporting to the prince.
This is as good as it's gonna get to things that are outside of our control. If we wanted an outcome in a way that matters, I'm kind of in the middle, kind of, if that makes sense. I was given a job and we did it. Well, we were given a portion of a job and we did the portion.
She did say that you shouldn't get yourselves killed trying
Which, and
Yep,
I think
which we
it did not.
did a good job. So in that, okay, I think we're maybe delaying now.
Yeah.
Let's just go over.
Let's go. Let's go. Walking montage.
Like a pack of freshmen on campus for the first time. I'll just
Really fun. Yeah,
move as a group of flamingos.
feeling real intimidated.
Um,
Not sure where your locker is.
and she greets you all and says, "Good evening."
Evening. Thank you for meeting with us.
Thank you for meeting with me. There's things we need to discuss. Walk with me.
Okay.
And she sets off. And she's wearing heels in this thing. And she is moving just.
So hot.
And she walks off the park and goes into the parking lot nearby. And she gets into a car. She says, "Get in."
Okay.
I guess Crux gets. I know what I am. Crux is gonna get into the front, like the passenger seat.
Oh, okay.
Unless, like, I don't
The
like
second
unless
location.
unless someone else shows like the desire to get into the passenger seat with the scary hot woman. Crux
We're
will
all
do-
we're all clamoring to get to the passenger seat. I know.
Shotgun.
Like, shotgun. Oh, I called it first.
My hand's already on the door.
Yeah.
Cal
Three
does kind of-
bumbling fools reaching for the fucking front. Okay, sorry.
Cal does kind of look sideways at the rest of the coterie when we are led to a car that is assumably taking us to a secondary location with the woman who kills people who get in the way. But they do get in the car without too much fuss.
I think Dell clocks this and, like, in her head, if they were going to take us somewhere to kill us, there wouldn't have been as much preamble about it. Like, it's not like we're hard to find.
They probably would have just had us meet them at the place they were going to kill us.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, right. Yeah, likely enough.
And I need to explain. This is not like a super rich people car. This is like a Nissan Altima.
Yeah, I think we talked about her having like a real responsible car.
Fancy thing in here is that it has leather seats.
Yeah.
I love Dochi.
I was literally, I think Crux gets into the thing. It's like, ooh, Dochi, and hopes that the Scourge, looks at them, and if they doesn't, loses cool points.
The Scourge does not look at.
You're absolutely what, like, bro. You knew you're gonna lose cool points. You knew, homie. Come on, she ain't down with that shit.
So as you all,
He's looking for a nice submissive motherfucker, and you are way too much.
She starts the car. Make sure all the windows are rolled up, tinted, of course.
Mm-hmm.
She starts driving. And she goes, "So, what happened?"
Okay. Well, we investigated Barton's Gardens, since that was the last reported sighting, where she was last reported sighted. We did manage to locate her, but she was with another group. And we didn't want to risk.
Kasani.
We located Kasani, yes, sorry.
With another group.
Yes.
Explain.
The Bahari?
Okay. Continue.
We did manage to speak with Kasani. And she said a lot of interesting things that gave us pause. Including that she was originally Fred, is it Hampton or Hartman?
Hartman.
Okay. I think I always want to call him Hampton for some reason. I don't know why. It just, that's like the first last name that comes up every time for me. Including that she was originally created by Fred Hartman and then purposely sent to be adopted by the Seneschal to gather information.
Okay. So Hartman's childer. Good. Anything else of note?
It seems like the Seneschal was also trying to use her to get information on Hartman as well. But, and I kind of look to Crux like in the rearview mirror. She said it almost in a way like they were both working with and against each other. Like trying to use one another.
They spoke a lot of derision against Fred Hartman, but also there's the looming knowledge that Fred Hartman is the reason that she's there, that Kasani is there.
Interesting. Fair enough. She was about to say something, and then...
No, please, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. No. Here's the movement.
Cal is on one of the like sides of the back seat, and their eyes like keep going outside as they go past streetlights. Like the streetlights are distracting them, and it like pulls something into focus in their mind. This kind of like fuzzy, hazy half memory of somebody they didn't know, but also did know, Kasani, talking. In that premonition, was Kasani talking with Albright or was Kasani talking with Fred? I can't remember.
Albright.
With Kasani and Albright together. And Cal, from the backseat, just kind of pipes up and goes, is Nia Amani involved in this, too?
And at first she pauses and she goes, just kind of shakes her head and goes, perhaps. But her involvement to my purposes is not important.
I do agree with my coterie mates. I think that Albright promised Kasani something if they promised Kasani freedom from Fred if they accomplished something together.
You, if I remember correctly, you said it was if they were to basically like backstab Fred, using him to gain deeper information into the Camarilla.
Do you all know the third tradition? And she kind of looks specifically back in the rear view at you, Adonis.
Is that
Accounting?
accounting? Is that what you said?
That's what they say.
The progeny.
Oh, it's close enough.
And then she
Sorry.
kind of speaks up. She says, thou shalt sire another only with the permission of thine elder. If thou createst another without thine elder's leave, both thee and thy progeny shall be slain. It would seem that Fred and our seneschal have been working together to protect this child. And considering how recently our administration has been put into place, it would seem that they are trying to flout the rules. And while we cannot directly place our seneschal as this child as their progeny, it is of one Fred Hartman.
So you can kill Fred? And Cal leaves the lights outside the window and kind of like leans over the seat.
And I do think there is a almost automatic, involuntary, it happens every now and again, flick of the head towards Anya and in the direction of Cal, of Crux's, with the eyes of the beast, flaring red. Doesn't say anything about but it's automatic at the same time that Cal says, so you can kill Fred.
This would need to be discussed with the prince, but I suspect that while she is a bit looser on some of the general rules, and she looks at all of you, I do not believe that she is in a place of completely flaunting the traditions.
Especially not when that tradition is being used to potentially harm her in her position.
So, you all are the fist of the Camarilla. this, and she kind of, you hear her, she wears gloves, like gloves with kind of like the open hand, like driving gloves. And she's gripping the wheel. And you'll realize y'all are going past the, on the highway. And you're going past the Penn Museum, Rocky statue, all that jazz. And she's just driving. And she doesn't even really seem to be paying that much attention to where she's driving to. And she goes, you all will be required, should I have my way, to assist me in the apprehension of Fred Hartman and Kasani.
There is a smile that breaks over Calliope's face that's so wide that it literally, I think, cracks the skin in the corner of their jaw, and they like sit back heavy against the leather seat, bite their own knuckle, and just kind of like twitch their head a little bit and try to keep quiet to not embarrass themselves.
Just watching Cal cream themselves in the backseat.
Exactly.
This motherfucker dying. Just got off, bitch. Like, it's like, okay.
Yeah,
There is
gotta just get
blood
off.
cream in
now
those
we're all-
drawers.
Now we're all part of a.
Crazy.
Now we're
I
all
hate
part of a
that
kink that
so
we're not,
much.
that we didn't even ask to be part of. It's like, okay, then this is the ride we're on.
We did not
Great.
consent to the scene.
Crux did.
My co-creamer.
Oh my god.
Because I think there is a softer but more like energetic smile, like a fighter prepping for a fight that they've been waiting for far longer than they ever knew they were. Yes, my
Dell's like,
Scourge.
okay. No, I'm kidding. Dell's like, not. Just focus on the Scourge. Yeah, of course. We'd be more than happy to assist you with what you need.
I would not see you all harmed, but this will be dangerous. Though you have held your own in the situations that y'all have been in. A Ventru of Fred's age will be a different beast. Though I suspect Kasani may offer us different difficulties considering that she is a part of a cult.
Sure. I mean, I'm sure you will brief us as the time comes. Do you imagine that this will be sounds silly, but do you imagine that they'll ever be in one place, or is it more like a split operation?
Better put, I have a question for you. Did you all talk to the cultists?
A bit, yes. We talked to the High Priestess.
This is not exactly my forte, but do you believe you could infiltrate the cult and bring Kasani out?
Like, pretend to be cultists?
I mean,
Perhaps
they would
if
know
that
that
works.
we're not. They would know that we're not. It wasn't that large, or at least what we saw wasn't that large. But I think I made a good impression.
Agree. I
And
actually think
they didn't meet Calliope nor I. We could be fresh faces.
True.
I think it might be enough to just wield the fact that, well, you know, to catch a rat, you need to use good bait. And I think using the fact that we can, depending on the truth of their words, I think the fact that if we say that we're targeting Fred, we could get Kasani to come with us.
They did have a strong interest in Fred's demise as well.
They did?
They did.
Yes. Because he brings harm to people.
Depending on which way they're, what's the word I'm looking for? Like to timing. We could probably use it to our favor.
There's also the option of you using subterfuge or violence, whatever particularly works for you all as a coterie. I believe that retrieving Kasani is step one. Fred Hartman will be a bit more difficult. Do you know? She pulls the car and she's driving, and you'll realize you're pulled off at 30th Street near 30th Street Station. And she goes, do you all know if Kasani is dangerous in her own right?
I think she doesn't even know what she's capable of yet.
Good.
She is caitiff, I believe.
That explains a lot. We should have had the Tremere look into her.
I think she's mostly scared and possibly angry at being used. But I also think, I mean, there is danger in both of those things. I also think it was very convenient how she happened to run away at the perfect time. Seemed a little bit more coincident, like less coincidental to me, and more purposeful.
Agreed. I don't. She pulls into 30th Street station and is finding a parking spot. She goes, I'm going to ask you all for some speculation. You all can be truthful with me, or you could lie. I'm not going to try to dig into any of it, but it is worth asking the question. What are your feelings on your patron? Albright.
Mm-hmm. I think it's very strange that he's buying up so much property around the city.
It's more than strange.
I was being polite.
Look, you all, to anyone that understands my background, I think what he does is disgusting, but that's personal.
I think that if he was working with Fred Hartman, Jesus.
Sorry.
Even back to
We are over here.
that man is not a Black Panther.
Fred
My God. That man is
I'm
Jesus.
so sorry.
Wow.
You know what? Maybe it's because my
Wow.
brain doesn't want to think about Hartman, this nasty, he'd be wearing a red hat. I don't want to think about him. I want to think about a Black Panther named Fred Hampton. That's my problem. Okay, so my brain's like, no, don't think about him. Don't think about this dude instead. That's why. So you know what? Y'all are fucking welcome for the balm.
Jesus. Cal says, I think that if Albright had anything to do with Fred Hartman, let him get away with killing my mom in Camarilla territory. I think he's next.
Anya's like, what?
Well, I think as the sire of my sister, I have no
What?
opinion.
What?
What? I suppose.
Yeah,
Anya nods.
this just happened tonight,
Carmen?
actually. Yes, Ventrue. Child of the Seneschal. Saw it with my own two eyes.
There is a brief flicker in Calliope's face that like goes back like maybe like a year and a half to like a more human Calliope who you can see the instinct in their face. You've seen it on their face before when shit has happened to you with your family. To be like Giselle, are you okay? Like that must have really sucked. Like, do you want to talk? Like, you can see that Calliope jump into their eyes and then kind of just get like crushed like a paper ball because Anya's here and
Yeah.
and everything is different, but you can see it happen in their face, but you also see them clamp their mouth shut, but they do look at you.
I think Dell puts like hold your hand. Adonis.
Yeah, they don't shrink back.
She was in the front seat, not looking at you, only having surface level knowledge of your family and Albright. Ugh. Gentrifier, eat gentrifier.
I mean, it's what they do best. I haven't had
Interesting.
much
Go ahead.
face-to-face with Albright besides, meetings at the league. I almost called it the lodge. I had to think about it. It does seem strange to me in some ways that he's our mentor or benefactor, whatever. Because it would feel like for the close fist, wouldn't we fall under your purview?
Or even Ben's, I think.
No. If you were under my purview, you would live a bit more of a dangerous on life. And it seems that the prince wants better for the youth.
At least for us to live beyond our baby years.
Our own life seems
Yes.
pretty dangerous as it is.
Your lives are dangerous. That is true. But such is the case for most of our kind.
Do most of our kind get jumped by the Second Inquisition in their second month of being undead?
We're still in our first month.
Smap.
You're particularly unique in the situation, I will say that. But the options of becoming hounds was on the table, but Sheriff protested against this. He did not want childer, to be put in such a situation.
Sure. I say this with only a grain of knowledge of any of this. Wouldn't that be a good place for me? Despite, being a baby, a child.
Is that where you wish to be?
For the time being, I'll say no. but it sounds a little bit more tantalizing in the grand scheme of the politicking that I'm not the most used to.
You are possibly in the safest place you could be, being where you are now with this coterie. What I will tell you, and this is worth noting, and perhaps your sire has told you this already, Adonis, but the situation within the Camarilla is somewhat fraught. We have a relatively young prince. We have an outgoing previous administration that somewhat left this city in shambles. But those who are still part of the Camarilla are used to reporting to a different prince. One much older, with a lot of knowledge and hands in the politicking of the city. It is a very different time now, and there's a very different way of things being ran. And
Some people
completely
don't like
destabilizing this, exactly,
Ruffles feathers.
would be very difficult for the prince to maintain power. So there are people in places, high places in certain situations, that are there to maintain something of continuity.
If I'm catching the drift, it sounds like Albright is a part of the old guard, and the prince.
He was the seneschal in the previous administration, yes.
Ah, that makes sense. And putting the fresh meat that she wants to grow under the old guard is a double-bladed knife. It has pros and it has cons.
You all are smart enough to put together that creating new chowder in the city gives the prince potentially more power. Because you, being alive, is very important to her continuing to grow her base. She did a lot of politicking to get into the place that she's in right now. And when she declared praxis and Albright declared praxis, there was something of a schism, and that was caused by that.
Albright wanted to be the prince?
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
like Dell just says,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
No, that sounds
like,
appropriate.
I mean,
Well,
it's
yeah,
like
but
kind
he,
of
like,
like
tried-
that, like obviously, like it's like one of those things where it's like, I mean, it's have you looked at him, like white man, like
No,
it's like
Cal
white man
nods quickly
scheming,
and is
buying
like,
about the property. Of course, he motherfucking wants to.
but he tried for it. He tried to claim it and failed.
Yes. More of the people who are left were willing to side with our prince.
That's genuinely interesting.
That's very telling, actually, about how those people viewed him.
We could go with that, yes.
And now she needs to nurture young voters, as the Dems like to say.
Ugh.
I mean, it's what? How
You
different
wouldn't
is
say
it?
it like that.
How
You
different
you
is
see
it?
Anya
I gotta
curl her
like-
lip a little bit when
Like,
you say that.
Everybody in the car gets a full body shudder.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm like,
oh my God.
she's like, I don't know what y'all expected of me. What do you? This is exactly that.
I mean, you're not wrong, but just
Not wrong. Maybe, and also maybe less supporting young voters, but also preparing people to take over some positions that she wasn't able to replace before.
I don't know. You inspire enough young
In-
voters and you get people you want in power.
Yeah. We're saying the same thing.
It inspires me.
So,
Scourge, I have a question actually before we are dropped off at 30th Street Station, I would assume. Where does the sheriff fall on the relative to the old guard, new guard schism? If you are able to say that.
the sheriff only recently moved into the city in the last few months.
From New Jersey. Yes, actually, you're right. I remember.
But it seems that our prince trusts him very much so. Perhaps even more than me. Why?
We had a conversation that I had assumed was guided by you, but immediately felt incorrect. He
kind of looks back at you, looks over at you. You're in the passenger seat. Explain.
We touched base. Yeah, it's been above table. It's been like 2 days, right, since that plan happened, or since
It's been a few days, yeah.
Yeah, the night after, either the night after, 1 or 2 nights after, we touched base. Nothing different was said other than outside of this conversation, but it did. Admittedly, I asked not enough questions, but I thought it had something to do with you.
You talked to him before me.
Yes, but I thought, considering he's the sheriff and you're the you, that it was an update involving you. It was a little confusing, I will admit.
Crux, roll me wits and insight.
Oop. I'm kind of like, I also want to roll.
You can.
Oh, I'm not good at that. Oh, it is what it is. One
Don't
success.
forget you can blood buff. All right.
I mean, I already said the number, so.
Yeah,
Yeah, you did.
I am gonna blood buff. I did not get hungrier.
What is the roll again? It's wits and what
What's
now?
an insight?
Insight.
It's inside.
Oh yeah, let me go ahead and
Okay,
let
at
me get
wits,
in
I
that.
have nothing in insight.
I got a 1.
So.
I got twee.
Got involved in that. Give me a second.
We're all like, what's that now?
No, this is
Yeah.
good.
Cal doesn't really know what's going on, but they do kind of look down the line of the back seat.
Well, none of us knew. This is the first time we're all hearing that.
Yeah, and
Crux
Crux
met with
truly,
the sheriff.
Crux is like, oh, cool, the Camarilla
3
leadership.
successes.
This is
Great.
It's all the same thing, right?
No.
And I do think Crux adds like, yeah, he asked me for the update, and so I was a little bit shocked when you texted last night, asking for an update.
And oh man, y'all wrote 3 successes, but I wrote 4.
Come on,
Boo.
come on, please.
And you see a flicker of something on her face once Crux bring this up, and she says, "I'll have to debrief with Ben." And she says, "Give me a moment." And she steps out of the car and leaves y'all in the car. And she flips open a phone, and then she's talking.
Ooh, Ben, you in trouble?
Maybe, which is
Ooh.
nuts. She's over here glazing Ben about the thing, and Crux is like, "Okay, yeah, this seems fine." they're all like at least a solid triangle. It might be a nice isosceles triangle.
Listen, just random tidbit if anyone ever quizzes you in the traditions. My daddy paid a hooker in dimes. A mnemonic device, like middle school.
Paid.
Could we maybe find something else?
Yeah.
Masquerade, domain, accounting, hospitality, and destruction.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, okay.
You skipped progeny when you just said all of those two.
Shut up! I
No,
was
that
trying to
feels-
remember.
No, that feels really
It's my
accurate for
favorite
Thomas.
thing.
You had it. You had it. You said all the
I
letters.
know.
You just.
I was like, wait.
Is there
Everybody listen to Blood Saga. That's where I got that from. Port Saga.
I think Dell's like, yeah, can we maybe pick something that's not so disparaging to sex workers?
Forgive me. We can workshop something.
Thank you.
I never paid you in dimes.
Mhm.
So what do those letters? So is that like the order of operations or the from importance?
I think it's
Or-
1, 2, 3, 4. It's in order.
So
Of
what was it?
importance,
What was
yeah.
the last one? Dimes to death.
Destruction.
Destruction. Which means you can't kill each other without permission.
Yes. Paraphrasing in the correct direction.
You know, for how much Razor was going on and on about that one, it really is the least important.
At the moment, at least.
Well, yeah. Do you guys think I got Ben in trouble? Do you guys think I got Ben in trouble?
Yes.
I think
Oh,
I think-
absolutely.
Ben got Ben in trouble.
But I don't. I just.
Why did you tell Ben?
I look. I want to be smart and cool as all of you. Again, least informed and got a DM from the trio of people. Well, two of the triangle of people that seem to be the most important in all of this for us. I understand now that that's not always going to be the case, but I still don't know why he asked me.
Were you doing
I
a
will
different
say-
mission?
What?
For Ben?
Hmm.
Were you doing something else for Ben?
No, that's
Maybe
why
he
it's
just wanted to know how
confusing.
you were doing?
I mean, he's the first one I've interacted with when I came alive.
Online.
Second, when I unlifed. But outside of that, you all can plain as day see it. The one that gave us the job is the Scourge in this triangle. And the first person, for some reason, to ask me for an update was the sheriff. There's dissonance there that I still don't know how to make of.
Can anyone read lips?
I mean, someone can try. I can try.
I mean, I have heightened senses.
Perfect. Go
How
ahead.
far away is the Scourge?
She just walked a little bit away from y'all, and it's busy here because there's
Yeah.
cars driving through because they're dropping people off and stuff like that. And she's illegally parked right now where y'all in the car.
Hell yeah.
But who's gonna check her? Who's gonna come for her? Like nobody.
At midnight? Let's be real.
Yeah.
I mean, she
the
just
only
looks
reason it's busy
intimidating.
is because it's a train station.
Yes.
Um,
Let me see.
Someone's always illegally parked at 30th
Let's
Street. It's
resolve.
fine.
I mean, I can sneak over and obfuscate.
I'm not gonna get you smacked.
That's probably a bad
Yeah,
idea.
it's gonna get you.
You can do
It's gonna
whatever you
get
want.
you. That's gonna.
That's gonna get you scourged.
She gonna turn you every which way but loose, boo boo. Like nah.
Yeah.
Okay. My prospects.
anything else y'all discussing in the vehicle before we continue on?
I got 4
No.
successes. Can I hear?
Can you hear?
Mhm.
You're using heightened senses?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, what you hear is absolutely overwhelming. There's people blowing horns, there's loud
Okay.
noises, there's
No. Okay.
cars
No.
slamming doors, there's
I
people
turn it off
cussing at each
immediately.
other,
I turn
there's
it off
somebody on the
immediately. Oh,
phone
wait.
speaking on the
Hold on.
speaker.
I try to hear the drama. See everybody get cursed out. No, I'm kidding. That's me. That's me. Fair and one here drama.
It's
I am
too
that
much
nosy
to pick
neighbor
her out,
who
honestly.
vacuums outside. Okay. No, I can't hear it.
Well, I'll
But
let you all know.
frankly, it might be for the best.
I'll let
Plausible
you all know
deniability.
if you
Let
get
us know.
mad at me.
If he gets mad at you, he should get mad at himself because he
Oh.
shouldn't have pulled you.
I think you should have.
I mean,
at
it
I
seems like
agree.
he's overstepping.
Potentially. That's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't know. So it's one look. I'm not a law-abiding citizen because laws are made up and they're fake.
Yeah.
If he was doing something a little unsavory and wanted me to be his, I don't know, fuck-ass gopher or something, then he at least should let me know I'm a gopher. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and should also maybe pay you to be that too.
Yeah, really? I'm like, if you want the most confused person in the room to not be confused, let him know something. He just asked me like 3 questions, gave me a beer, and then left.
Sounds like he did pay you to be a gopher.
And not to be cruel, but your price is pretty cheap.
It is.
You should respect yourself. Charge more.
I respect
Anya
myself enough not to die.
Walks back up to the car, opens the door. She goes, "It looks like we're having a gathering tonight. The prince wants to speak. She's not expecting everyone to be there, but it is going to be a thing from the sounds of it."
What kind of thing?
Pretz thing?
I like squeeze Cal's knee. Like
They think
that's going
and
to
they think you're squeezing because you're just excited as they are.
Yeah.
She doesn't really say anything. She just kind of nods, steels herself, starts driving.
Okay. So we're just going. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess so. We don't need to change. Okay.
Cool. Crux is like, so was the line the Ben thing or everything else before that? Is not expecting an actual answer.
The Ben thing? No. There's too many things happening, and Prince Devro wants to make sure we are all on the same page.
When a politician says that, when a teacher says that, you're in trouble. But all right, yeah, let's go.